Good evening, everybody. Tuesday, the 27th of September. A little bit later posting the video this week. The day has just got away from me. I don't know where today has gone. But I do hope that we're all safe and well. Those that are on holidays, we look forward to seeing you back in class and enjoy. And please bring back some sunshine. Those that aren't well, get well soon, and we'll see you next week. Fantastic weight loss for the month of September. My heart is just beaming and glowing. 24 stone, 3.5 pounds. Your hard work, your dedication, your commitment, your weight loss. 474 inches also lost in the month of September. You've played a blinder. Absolutely fantastic. So keep going, everyone. So when I see you again, it's going to be into the month of October. Hard to believe we're in for another month. So let's make the most of it. We need to lay our foundation this week to have a successful October and to start off on the right foot. We need to lay the foundation this week. Stick to the one change, as I emphasised from last week's talk. One change, stick with it, master it, and then we can move on to the next. So it could be drinking water, it could be your portion size, it could be keeping your food diary, it could be watching the carbs, a little bit of exercise. There's so many things in there that we can work on, but just master one of those. But I'm super proud of everyone. Well done, everyone, on getting there. I know some of us couldn't be with us, but the ones that got to see me that didn't have a great week, hats off. Well done on getting there. It's a new week. Draw a line under it. The past is there for a reason, and leave it there. But what we have to stop doing is rewriting history, and let's make a difference this week. So everyone got their pop sock for the phone. It's a little funny name for it. It's like Goldust. People are actually coming to me asking me for them. Seeing me they're really, really hard to get. Make sure we're really availing of the book that was handed out this week. So minding your well-being. Okay, so really, really fantastic weight loss. So I really want us to keep going. You're doing absolutely amazing. 13 weeks to Christmas, so still a stone is what's there for the taking. Let's focus. Anything more than a stone is a bonus, but that is what is definitely there for the taking. We just have to make that change, as I've said. So the book is very self-explanatory. Why I covered it in the classes, because I don't want anyone going home, putting it under the knife and fork drawer, stuffing it in the sides of the car seat. This is a fantastic book release from the HSC, so it's really important to relate it to yourself, relate it on your weight loss journey and also on your health journey. Minding your well-being is priority, and it has to be priority. So it's not a case of, well, when I have 5 minutes later or maybe 10 minutes tomorrow. It's making that time in your daily routine. Like we get up at a certain time, we have our shower, we brush our teeth, we have our coffee before we leave the house. This has to be your second nature, and you have to make the time for it. Okay, there's no compromise there. I'm not giving any compromise whatsoever. So a couple of points inside the cover there. There's 5 videos that the HSE have formed as part of this campaign. So to get the most out of the resources, we encourage you to watch all 5 videos. And the website is there, yourmentalhealth.ie. Okay, so the 5 videos are up there. Minding Your Wellbeing is a mental wellbeing program. So again, it's quite good timing, especially after COVID. Sometimes what we find is that I think we're still a little bit recluse, that we're not really back 100% mixing, which is totally understandable. I'm not doing it myself. Still a little bit scary. The numbers are quite high and it is still very much there. So watch the 5 videos. So practical self-care is point number 1. Number 2 is understanding our thoughts. Sometimes we're good at understanding other people's thoughts and we don't really even know what's going on in our own head. Number 3, exploring emotions. 4, building positive relationships, so the positive ones. And then number 5 is improving our resilience. So resilience is our ability to cope from day to day with what life just throws sometimes in bucketfuls at us. And just how we can really be practical about our own self-care is really key here. So self-care means taking time to look after yourself, a routine. So like a routine, we brush our teeth, we have our shower, we put the washing machine on, we maybe load the dishwasher. This is routine, this is part of your daily task. Really important, your mental well-being. It's just as important as physical health. Prioritize, make it a way of life. Start with your good habits that you already have. The ones that are not so good, leave those there, but the ones that are good, I want you to build on them. And then by gradually building up, you will have your own self-care toolkit. So it's a little like myself. I have in the house, and also one with me for the class, is a first aid kit. So you need your self-care toolkit. Very, very important. So it's your to go to, it's your little sanctuary, it's your place. And it doesn't have to be a certain place. It could be a place in your mind, it could be reading a book, it could be in the car. It's just somewhere that you can go for your mind to basically escape, okay? So it is important to have your toolkit. So it's a bit like also in the car, we have the jack, we have our spare wheel, we have our toolkit in case anything happens. So it's the same for our mental health as well, and also our self-care. So there's a little wheel there of all different things like eating healthy, connecting with others, managing stress. And one that's important for me is being kind to yourself. So the way you treat others, I want you to treat yourself. I want you to be kind to yourself. Now, obviously not with food, because I don't want anyone clothes said, but being kind to yourself. Do something nice to yourself. Could be a massage, getting the nails painted for the men, buying a new short, playing around the golf, going swimming, spending time with your family. Whatever that is, but you have to be kind to yourself, and what feels good to you, roll with it. Your next page then, page 4, is a personal exercise. My self-care toolkit is what it's titled to. So you rate your own self-care. I want you to be really, really honest with this, folks, because if it's a low score, that's absolutely fine. If it's a 1 or a 2, fine. We will review it in a few weeks. If it's a high score, great, but you have to be honest. That's really important, that page. The second exercise then is understanding our thoughts, okay? As you say, a penny for your thoughts. Your thoughts obviously influence your feelings. So if we're thinking negatively, we're going to feel quite negatively, maybe upset, we're angry. The negative emotions, there's no such thing as a bad emotion in my opinion. It's just maybe a bad feeling of how it makes us feel. So your actions and how you view others and view yourself and others is in there as well. So you can't stop your thoughts, but you can change how you respond to them. Okay? So it's a little like people. Sometimes, most of the time, you can't change people, but you can change your reaction and how it affects you. So try to challenge negative or worrying thoughts. So these 4 points that's on this page: notice, question, pause, and reflect. Okay, so 4 key points. Increase your positive thoughts and tune in to the things that go well. We're very quick to tune in to the negative things, and then that can spiral out of control. So focus on the positive. Page 6 then is more about understanding your own thoughts, tackling thinking traps. So when we automatically jump to conclusions or catastrophize, so it's obviously worst case scenario, this negative, it's a shortcut way of thinking that the mind goes into, makes us feel anxious, fearful, reluctant, and to try something new. So if thinking traps are getting in your way, try and go through this to understand your thoughts. So to notice, to pause, to question and reflect. Again, it's an exercise for you to do, a self-reflection. And just a note at the end that the activity aims to help challenge negative thinking in an everyday situation. But if you feel that it's just getting a little bit more than that, please speak to somebody. You can speak to me confidentially, or please speak to your doctor. It's really important. Page 7 is about exploring emotions. So tuning into your emotion helps you to understand how you're feeling at that time and the best way to respond, the best way for you to respond, okay? So as it says there, tune into your emotions. So it's like tuning into a radio. Say, for instance, I might listen to FM 104, and I know that's 104.4 FM. If that's on 104.2 or 0.3, which is very close, it's still a little bit fuzzy and you don't really hear the presenter, you don't hear the music or the song very well. So you have to tune into you and fine tune in to your own emotions. Remember, challenging emotions do pass. So tomorrow is a new day. When I was in my 20s, and my mum used to say that to me, tomorrow is a new day. I never got it. I was like, I'm barely able to get through today, never mind tomorrow. But now I get that tomorrow is a new day, and never make a decision on an emotion, or it's a happy or a sad emotion. Increase positive emotions daily. Your 5 ways to well-being. So those videos are a great little tool. Hold on to positive emotions for longer. Mindfulness, savour them. So it's like a meal. You know, when we go out for a meal, I love a starter and a main. I wouldn't really thank you for a dessert, but I love savouring the flavour of the starter. I nearly don't want the main because I don't want to ruin the flavour. So you have to savour your emotions and explore them. You have all your different ones there, like joy, pride, interest, surprise, love is all in there. Your next page then, on page 8, is exploring emotions, savouring your positive emotions. So the positive ones are what we're going to focus on, because they're the ones that's going to make us feel good. So that's an exercise for you to do in your own time. Tune in, make it last, savour the positive ones. Okay, but I really want you to do the exercise. There's a couple of practical ones that you have to do yourself as well. Practice makes perfect. Page 9 then is building positive relationships. So we all kind of have someone that might be a negative relationship in our life. So I want you to focus on the positive ones. The ones that you just don't want to leave their company. It's like a magnet, you just want to be around them, okay? Not the negative ones where we're looking at the watch saying how many more minutes or how long have I got left here. Having good relationships and caring for them really benefits your mental health and your well-being. But you have to start by being a good friend to yourself. So as I said at the beginning, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. So you have to treat yourself that way first. And then other people respect your time and respect how you treat yourself as well. Connect with other people as often as you can, even for short periods. Invest in your relationship. So you have to invest that time in. Kindness and attention, they need to be nourished. So Like if anyone is into their garden, you know that you have to deadhead, you have to tomato feed, you have to water regularly. So you have to nourish your relationships. And as I always say with relationships, whether they're personal, neighbours, work colleagues, relationships have to go both ways. So each side give an equal amount, not one side doing 80 and the other side doing 20 or maybe 90-10. It has to be equal. So honesty, compassion, forgiveness, trust is all in there in our relationships. So you have a personal exercise then again on the next page about building positive relationships. So you might already have a positive relationship, but you'd like it to be a little bit better, so you can relate to that. Or there might be one that is struggling and you'd like to get it back to where it was, so you can do that personal exercise on that one. Page 11 then is about improving our resilience. So resilience is the ability to cope with the challenges of life, come back from tough times, and look forward to the future. So resilience can go up and down. So you might wake up and it's a great day, you're having a great night's sleep and you're able to tackle the day. Maybe come 11, half 11, 12, whatever the time may be, things might go south or go a little bit downhill. Practice good self-care. So it's like building blocks. So you have your different illustrations there. So good self-care, self-belief, optimism, realistic thinking. So it's like building blocks, and you have to lay your foundation and build from there. Okay. Your next one then, I know I'm going to go over time on this first video, so there will be a second video. Page 12 then is again about improving your resilience. My tree of strengths is what this is titled. So again, this is personal to you. So we all have our tree of strengths, so you can just see our little tree there, okay? So it may be like you to copy this or take a picture and have it on your phone when you fill it out. Identify your strengths, so all the positive words in those boxes, I want you to fill them in, because this is your tree. This is your tree of strength. We all have weaknesses, and that's absolutely fine. That's what makes us us. So it is important to fill out your positive strengths, and that is your tree of strength. So when we're having a little bit of a wobble or not a great week, and we feel like throwing the towel in, go back to your tree of strength. Okay. Next then, and I'm just limited with time on these videos, so I can obviously talk more about this in class. With page 13, I'm just trying to cover the main points. Make mindfulness part of your day. I never got mindfulness years ago. I just couldn't get it. It was actually making me a little bit more stressed. Now I 100% get it. And mindfulness is paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Okay, so live in your moment. Notice how your body feels as you're sitting there, maybe even listen to the video or when we lie in bed. To be in that moment, to ground yourself. Even when you're having a cup of tea or coffee, you might say, well, I know what it tastes like. I want you to really taste it. Feel the weight of the cup or the glass in your hand. When you go for a walk outdoors, feel the ground beneath you. When we're talking to people, really listen. Remember that we've 2 ears and 1 mouth. So use that ratio wisely. Build a habit of gratitude, so things that we're grateful for. I'm sad to say, but there is always someone that is worse off than us. So if we can list 3 simple things that we are grateful for, it can turn our mood around, and we start saying, do you know what am I really complaining for here? I have this, that and the other. And I have my health and my family's okay, and I have a roof over my head, and I have food in the fridge, and my bills are paid. All those things are positive. So your last page then is 5 ways to well-being. So remember, what you fuel your body is what you fuel your mind. So if we eat junk, we feel junk, whereas if we eat good and clean food, we feed ourselves properly. So these are simple things, these 5 practices. So go back to the 5 videos. Your 5 ways to well-being is connect, to be active, take notice, keep learning, and give. So great 5 points, and again, practice does make perfect. Your last page then is notes for your own little personal notes. So I do hope that we all enjoyed the book. I want us all to have a great week, and I really want to stay safe, and you know the drill. Any questions just to ask, or any positive or negative feedback on the video, or anything that you want different, please just get in touch and let me know. Taking this opportunity again to thank you for your support. As I said, we're coming into a new month. We need to lay our foundation now. Start off on the right foot coming into the month of October. 5 weigh-ins in the month of October. Let's make a difference, folks, and have a fantastic week. And big hugs and kisses to everyone.